We are on the second roster update of NBA 2K25. What 2K does is every 2 weeks changes the rosters and ratings for players that got better or worse throughout the year. The first roster update is always a bit ridiculous, but the second one is when players really start to get into their groove and we get a more accurate picture of the year. I'm excited to see these player ratings. ¿Qué pasa to the pack? It is Pack here. If you like NBA 2K25 rosters, news, and ratings, please join the pack and subscribe. Let's go. We start off, as always, with the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid, -1. Honestly, the entire 76ers, besides one player, should just be downgraded. What is going on with this team? Either injuries or locker room problems. It's all over the place. Paul George also gets a -1 and gets injured, and I'd argue when he was playing should be even more downgraded. But the bright spot, Jared McCain, the rookie, +10. I have never in my life, I've been doing this for a long time, seen a +10 in one roster update for one player. That is the most upgraded player we've ever seen. Kelly Oubre, -1, and then Gershon, +2. Also a -2 for Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon is 35, so it's not surprising he's slowing down. Look, crazy changes for the 76ers. Everybody is struggling besides a couple players. Things need to change. They're the worst team in the NBA. A team that has kind of turned it around is the Milwaukee Bucks. Damian Lillard gets another -1, and it's funny because this is the first time I think maybe they didn't need to give him a -1, but he does have very low efficiency, so it's kind of fair. Brook Lopez, +1, back to the 80 overall club. Taurean Prince, +1. AJ Green, +3. Andre Jackson Jr., +3 as well. And then Gary Trent Jr., -3. The most downgraded player of this roster update. Gary Trent Jr. was a demon on the Raptors. I don't know what's happened with him. For the Chicago Bulls, Zach LaVine, +1, Nikola Vucevic, +2. I'd argue that Vuce has been the best player on the Bulls this season throughout the year, so I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up as the best player ratings-wise pretty soon. Kobe White goes +1, but Josh Giddey -2. Those flashes we saw at the beginning of the year kind of went away. This has been his biggest issue, consistency. And then Ayo Dosunmu, -1. I don't agree, but we'll leave it at that. The best team in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Evan Mobley, +1. This makes him the second best player on the team, which I believe is accurate. We have Darius Garland, +1. He's been a little inconsistent lately, but he's still been amazing throughout the year. Karis LeVert, +1, back to the 80 overall club for the first time in a while, I feel like. Ty Jerome, +4. Massive upgrades for him. And then Georges Niang, +2. Dad bod is cooking. For the Celtics, the champs, -1 for Drew Holiday. I don't know how I feel about that because Drew Holiday's major thing is defense, and hasn't slowed down. So why downgrade him, you know? Peyton Pritchard is cooking this year, +1. I always felt that the depth on the Celtics was a little shaky. Pritchard has changed that. Keita as well, +2. But then Xavier Tillman, also -4 for him. You know, he was getting better for a couple years, and then once he went to the Celtics, it kind of just slowed down for him, and it has been getting better. The Clippers, we have Zubac, -1. I completely disagree. I think they're in the position they are today because of Zubac and as well Norman Powell. Chris Dunn, +2. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I kind of thought Chris Dunn's career was going to be not over, but just limited. I mean, he had good starts, he slowed down, he came back, he slowed down again. His career has been a roller coaster. He's 30 now, and again finding life with the Clippers. Good for him. And then Coffee, who has not missed, bro. I watched the game against the Spurs. Dude didn't miss. +2, 76 overall. A lot for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr., +1. I don't think he's ever been that high. An 88 overall is a first for him, from my understanding. Zach Edey, the rookie, +4 to a 79 overall. I mean, just wait till he gets starter level minutes. He's gonna be insane. Santi Aldama, +1. Scottie Pippen Jr., +1. Jalen Wells, +1. I mean, just +1s, +2. Everybody is playing so well on the Grizzlies. For the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young, -1. The efficiency has been horrendous. 18 points per game on 36% from the field is bad. Dyson Daniels, +4. 3.3 steals per game for Dyson. Crazy defense. DeAndre Hunter, +1. Onyeka Okongwu goes -1. The rookie Zachary goes +1. My shock is that no Jalen Johnson upgrade. In the last 10 games, he's averaging 20 points on 50% from the field, 10 rebounds a game on 6 assists. Those numbers by themselves have him at an 86 to me. That's where he should be. Speaking of an 86, Tyler Hero +1 to an 86 overall. That means he's almost the best player on the Heat for the first time in his career. He's catching up to Jimmy and Bam, which is crazy. Terry Rozier -2. And then Hayward Highsmith goes +2. The Hornets, very simple. LaMelo Ball +1, almost a 90 overall club member, which is crazy. And then Cody Martin goes +1 as well. Small changes for the Hornets, but real ones. The Jazz, we have Larry Markkinen -1. John Collins +2. I'm surprised there was no Sexton upgrade, but there was no Sexton upgrade. We have Jordan Clarkson +2, playing like he wants to get traded. And then Kyle Filipowski, the rookie, +5 to a 76 overall. You're gonna see some crazy upgrades for the rookies in this roster update. The Kings, De'Aaron Fox +2, 90 overall club member. I saw that he wasn't it like 100 points in 48 hours, something crazy like that. And then Kevin Huerter +1. That's his first upgrade in a while. He had been going downgraded all last year. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson -1, and then Karl-Anthony Towns +2. I would argue these last 10 games, Cat's been the best player on the team. OG +1. Cam Payne goes +2, and then the rookie Tyler Kolek +4. I'm telling you, these rookies are going crazy. Speaking of rookies, Dalton Connect, bro, +7 from the 73 to an 80 overall. He's the 4th best player on the Lakers. First off, that's really sad by the Lakers, and second, that's really impressive from Dalton Connect. Speaking of the best player, LeBron James goes +1. So remember when I said for the first time ever, someone was a higher rating than LeBron on his team? Well, that has officially died because LeBron is now tied with AD. That being said, I would argue that Anthony Davis has still been the best player on the Lakers just because the offense has been as good as LeBron while also being the best defender. And then D'Angelo Russell -2. I think this is officially the downfall of D'Lo's career. We're gonna start seeing some major regression, I think. Tons of upgrades to the Magic, who have had to figure out how to succeed without Paolo Banchero, and they've figured it out. Franz Wagner +2, Goga +5, Anthony Black +1, and then Cole Anthony -2. Cole Anthony's been up to an 81 overall before, so it's kind of sad seeing him downgrade this fast. But the rest of the Magic have been going off. And imagine when Paolo comes back, the Magic are going to be good for the foreseeable future. The Mavericks, last roster update, they had basically no changes. Now they have a couple. Luka -1, Derek Lively +1, Daniel Gafford +1. I'd argue he probably deserves a little bit more than just a +1. Klay Thompson -1, and then PJ Washington +1. Couple up and downs for the team, but overall, they're still very successful. They're going to be fine. The Nets, Dennis Schroeder -1. I'd argue maybe even more. Cameron Johnson +2. I'd argue maybe even more of an upgrade, maybe to like an 83 maybe. Zaire Williams +1, and then Jalen Wilson +1. Two guys that went off during preseason. They're seeing the success here in the regular season. The Nuggets, Nikola Jokic +1. I said it last year, I'm going to say it now. Just based off how he's been playing. He's a 99 overall. I think he is the first 99 overall we've had since Curry. So I truly believe that's where he's at. It is what it is. I know that he's not the defender that other greats are, but the offense is maybe some of the greatest output we've ever seen, ever. I think Jokic is a 99. Michael Porter Jr. got no upgrade, but I feel like how he's been playing, maybe you should have gotten a +1. Jamal Murray -2. I feel like this is maybe an overreaction, but -2 for him. Christian Braun +1. Russell Westbrook -1. Again, kind of an overreaction in my opinion. But Peyton Watson +2. So many changes for the Nuggets. Hopefully they can figure it out by playoff time. Huge changes for the Pacers. Benedict Mathurin +3. This is the highest he's ever been. He's been showing lots of promise ever since he was drafted. He's going to probably go up in the mid 80s later in the year. Jarris Walker +2. And then Quentin Jackson +5. So tons of changes for the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton is the one player that needs to figure it out if they want to be successful. The Pelicans right now, who are drowning in injuries, all their 4 best players have been injured at some point, but everyone else has stepped up. Jose Alvarado +1, Brandon Boston Jr. +4, the rookie Missy +4 as well, Jeremiah Robinson Earl +2, Antonio Reeves +4, but then Daniel Tice -2. So crazy upgrades for the Pelicans. They've needed them because of so many injuries. Hopefully they can stay healthy. The Pistons. So Cade Cunningham +1. Dude is almost averaging a triple-double right now. He's playing amazing. Jalen Duren +1. We have Jaden Ivey +1. Malik Beasley +3. I'd argue maybe a little bit more. But the crazy one, Tobias Harris, no upgrade. You know, I was making fun of Tobias Harris earlier in the year, but he's been genuinely playing solid minutes for the Pistons. I think he should be in the 80 overall club. The Raptors, we have Jakob Poeltl +2. Food for thought. He's averaging better stats than Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert is an 87. So just food for thought, everybody. Agbaji goes +2. We have Chris Boucher +2, and then Jonathan +2. So +2s all around for the Raptors. The Rockets, who look really good right now. We have Şengün +2, officially the best player on the Rockets. Jalen Green -1. Amen Thompson +1. We have Tari Eason +1, and then Steven Adams -4. In fairness to Steven Adams, he's older now and has been destroyed by injuries. It's not fair to him. I have some beef with the Spurs ratings. Maybe I'm biased, but I don't agree with a lot of this. So Keldon Johnson -1, which already insane because he's been playing well. Zach Collins +1, yes, that he has also been playing well. Malachi Branham +2 is very surprising because I don't think he's earned that at all. Stephon Castle, who's been one of our best players, only gets a +2, so he's only at a 75. I'd argue he's up there at a 79. Reminder that Sohan never got an upgrade when he was our second best player in the beginning of the year, but we do have Sandro Mamu +2. On top of all this, I feel that Wemby probably should be about a 93 overall just because of the defense alone, but that's just me. The Suns, Nurkic, who has been pretty bad, -1. Tyus Jones, who's been a godsend for the Suns, +1. We have Okogie +3. We have Monte Morris +1, and then also the rookie +4. So the rookies are going crazy this year. I'm telling you guys, it's all coming out of nowhere. We're thinking that this draft class was going to be bad. We're clearly wrong. For the Thunder, we have Jalen Williams +1. I'd argue probably more. Alex Caruso -1. We have Cason Wallace -2, and then AJ Mitchell, who goes +3. For the Timberwolves, we have Mike Conley -1, and then Dante DiVincenzo -1. I'd argue that DiVincenzo has been a lot worse than this, maybe down to a 76. Tons of changes for the Blazers, and honestly, that's not a good sign because this team has no idea who they are right now. DeAndre Ayton -2. Robert Williams +1. So now your best player is a tie between two of your centers. Anthony Simons -1. Shaedon Sharpe goes +3. Jeremy Grant -1. So you have 5 guys in the 80 overall club and no official best player, really, if we're being honest. I'd argue Shaedon Sharpe is the closest thing you have to a best player right now. But Donovan Clingan, the rookie, +3. The Warriors, who are looking so good this year. Buddy Hield -2. I disagree fully. They should have kept him at 84 overall. I disagree. Jonathan Kuminga goes -1. No, again, I don't agree. Moses Moody goes +1. Lindy Waters +2, sure. I was looking at the stats. I didn't see it, but maybe that's just me. Brandon Pod goes -2. The biggest thing for me is that Wiggins is playing really well, and he got no upgrade. So I disagree with a lot of the ratings done with the Warriors, but maybe we'll have to wait and see. And a very short one for the Wizards, we have Jordan Poole -1. Again, I disagree. And then Bilal Coulibaly -1. So that's really it for the Wizards, nothing crazy. They've been on a crazy losing streak lately, which is kind of sad. But okay, those are the changes. What do you guys think? Do you agree with 2K or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this channel, please give it a sub. I'll see you guys next time.